If you've learned Autumn Leaves and are looking for the first bossa to learn, Black Orpheus should be the one. They have a lot in common, so you've already done a lot of the work. But most players take one look at the chart and back off. Too many chords. Here's what they miss. All those chords are really just in one key, so you could solo over the whole tune with one scale. I'm Dr. George. I make jazz simple so that you can play more and think less. Today, I'll show you how to use what you already know to learn a new tune. It's not often recommended, but Black Orpheus should be the first Latin tune you learn. Blue Bossa, the usual starter, has an unusual key change from C minor to D flat major and then back again. It's best to save that one for a little later. Black Orpheus is in A minor throughout with just a couple of chords outside the key that you can handle with just one note. The progression in Black Orpheus is very similar to Autumn Leaves. Both tunes play on the ambiguity between the minor and relative major keys. But don't worry, they share the same notes, so you don't need a separate scale. There are 2-5-1s in both keys, minor and major. And a complete circle progression in the minor key. The melody is almost all in A minor, with one note outside the key. I won't teach it note for note. This is a good one to learn by ear, but here are a couple of clues. Like Autumn Leaves, it moves in a descending sequence and uses some arpeggios. Use the guitar's hidden advantage and move up and down the neck as you need to. The groove is just a standard bossa, and you can play one of these two patterns for it. Or... Now you might find it a little easier if you keep the eighth note going in the right hand. It'll sound kind of like a percussion instrument. But you want to take that out when you start playing with other people. Now, before we dig into soloing, if this video is already making Black Orpheus feel more doable, give it a like. It helps other adult players find it. And subscribe and hit the bell so that you'll know about future videos. I do read and respond to all my comments, so tell me down below, how long have you been playing jazz? I'd like to know who I'm talking to. Now, as I said, this song is all in one key, A minor. We can start with our old friend, the minor pentatonic scale. I'll use this pattern. It's box 1 on the lower end and adds the House of Blues on top. It works over the whole tune, so there are no wrong notes, so you can focus on lines and ideas. Now I'll play a solo over the changes using just this scale. I won't be thinking about chords, just the song and its shape. The pentatonic scale is going to be our reference point, so you'll want to hear how it works over the progression. So here's an exercise you can use. Over a backing track, pick one note from the scale. Play only that note through the whole tune. It works over most chords, but on a few, you'll feel some tension. Notice that tension, and then notice it release as we move to the next chord. Part 2 is that when you feel that tension, move by a half step, then return when it returns consonant. That's how you start to feel the resolutions that the progression points to. You'll want to think of this pattern as a framework, and then next we'll start adding notes to the pattern. I call this Pentatonic Plus. You'll add notes one or two at a time. First, add notes from the A minor scale. And here's the secret. All of the notes from that scale will work on all of the diatonic chords. The only thing you have to consider is which one you land on. There's one chord in the key of A minor that has a note that's outside of the natural minor key, and that's the 5-7 chord. It has a raised third, so it has a G sharp in it. But it's usually a sharp 9 chord or a flat 9 chord. So we don't need to remove any notes. All we need to do is add the G sharp to the scale. And what you end up with is essentially a bebop scale. And so when you come across the E7 chord in the progression, you want to add that note into it. And we can take it a step further. Let's add some chromatic approach notes. And don't forget the blue note. Now, all along, I'm still not thinking about chords or chord scales, just lines and following the song's form and shape. There's one more step. There are a couple of chords that aren't diatonic. Now, in most cases, you only need to target one note to define a chord that's not in the key. The two spots are the C sharp diminished chord at the end of the first section, and then the E minor 7 flat 5 going to A7 flat 9 in the third section. Now, C sharp diminished and A7 flat 9 are essentially the same chord, so the target notes are the same, either C sharp or B flat. You can play either of those notes or both, and you've made the chord change. This one-scale approach is what my students work on from day one. We take a tune like this and get you playing and soloing without drowning in theory. If you're an adult guitarist trying to make jazz sound like jazz, sign up for a free lesson, and I'll show you the next step you need to take. The link is pinned in the comments. Now, the thing that scares people off of this song, all those chords, is the thing that makes it good. You see, you stay on one scale while the chords move underneath, and that relationship between your notes and the chords keeps changing on its own. This creates interest without even trying. And it also gives you real chord practice, far more than just a 3-chord tune. So if you can play Autumn Leaves, you can play Black Orpheus. So give it a try. Have a question? Drop it in the comments below. Want a free lesson? Click a link in the comments. And for more on a Pentatonic Plus method, check out this video.